On this episode of Our American Republic, we will discuss the relationship between the people and the government, which we will refer to as the social contract. The Merriam-Webster definition of social contract is an actual or hypothetical agreement among the members of an organized society or between a community and its ruler that defines and limits the rights and duties of each. With the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, the founders defined a republic entrusted with the protection of the citizens and their rights. But a contract is an agreement to establish what both parties must contribute to one another. So, in the United States, what must the citizens do for the government in order to satisfy our end of this social contract? The philosopher John Locke believed that citizens yield some portion of their natural rights to allow for the operation of government. For example, citizens yield the right to exact punishment on lawbreakers to law enforcement officials and the courts. Hence, citizens adhere to reasonable laws for the well-being of all. The Constitution provides more examples of the citizens' obligations, including voting, responding to a census, paying taxes, responding to calls for militia, and serving on juries. It is interesting that these responsibilities, integral to the operation of the Republic, are only indirectly addressed. Our social duties are clearly implied by constitutional wording, but not explicitly defined. The reason for this lies in the very nature of the founding of our republic, where responsibilities of citizens discussed above are part of the historic government and appear to be taken for granted by the founders. Although our new republic clearly realizes enumerated rights of citizens, as written in the Bill of Rights, our social duties remain much more subtle in the text, and we're all still expected to perform them. There is much discussion today of what the government is to do for its citizens, and certainly there is a great deal of discussion about taxation in terms of what is proper and fair. But Americans may not fully understand civil duties such as voting or actively defending our communities as part of the militia or the formal military. And we've all heard of someone strategizing over how to avoid jury duty. Though it's a subtle responsibility, every American is to understand the structure and nature of our government. The founders presumed that informed and active citizens would be a necessity for the survival of the Republic. Yet nighttime talk shows regularly make fun of American citizens' ignorance of their own government, even to the extent that they do not recognize a sitting vice president or the identity of the third most powerful person in government, the Speaker of the House of Representatives. How lightly do Americans take their civil responsibilities? What dangers do disinterested citizens pose to the Republic? How well are we upholding our end of the social contract?